So you're going to go to your left hip and bring your left elbow into a bent position. Elbow can be directly below the shoulder or slightly in front. And we're trying our best to keep the left side lifted up off the floor. So we're really engaging our internal oblique as we just sit here propped up. As you exhale, you're going to lift your right leg on up. Your knee and ankle are in alignment as well as your hip. So you want to just trace from ankle to knee to hip, making sure that this is at a nice precise angle. And then from there, you're going to internally rotate out of the hip, touch the knee down to the floor in front with a slight tap with the right foot behind you. So we're just working on hip rotation here. All the while, keeping your core engaged. Exhale as you pull the knee forward. And trying your best not to sway through your torso. And then from here, we're going to keep that knee on that angle with a slight internal rotation, touching down to the ground, and then an upward trace with that right leg. It reaches back and up with a pointed set of toes. The back of the knee goes long, staying active through that leg as you elongate, and then with a soft bend to touch down. Again, you're exhaling as you pull the knee on in front of you. Hold that right leg back, and we're going to go into small rainbows. Exhale as you bring the leg forward. Inhale to take it on back to touch the floor. And again, we're focusing on length as much as possible here. Keep the back of the knee long. Core is engaged. And again, check in with your torso, making sure we're not swaying through the spine here. We're going to hold that right leg back and go into little tiny pulses. And then we're going to move to the right side. So with your right elbow bent below your shoulder or slightly in front, it's up to you. Pulling your right side up off the mat. Now here I'm going to do clamshell. So you can do either or. Before we just did the basic leg lift with the knee bent. Here we go right into a little bit of rotation. Either way, we're working mainly through the outer thighs, but we are engaging the glutes a little bit more with this movement. With the clamshell, you want the instep connected. Exhale as you draw the left knee up towards the heavens. And then you're going to take that left knee and now draw it back in front of you, the way we did on the other side, with a light tap down with the foot behind you. Exhale as you draw the knee forward. Inhale as you draw back to tap. And then from here, we're going to lengthen that left leg. We're going to reach it back on that upward angle now. Inhale down. Exhale down with the knee in front. Inhale as we draw back. Pointed set of toes as you reach to the back of you. Then we're going to hold that leg long and then go right into your rainbows. Exhale as you draw the leg forward. Inhale to draw back into hip extension. Be careful here on this one, especially. It's easy to go and to get a little sloppy, so we want to try our best to engage our core, pull the right oblique up and away off the mat, so that our torso isn't shifting. And then from here, we're going to hold that left leg long and go right into little tiny pulses. And then take your time to lie on down supine position. So just face up, relax for a moment. If you want to, you can rewind that whole sequence and go into it twice. For the next part, we're going to go into rotation. So we're going to go right into what we call windmill. Draw your knees all the way over to the right side of your body. And then you're going to elongate both legs. As they meet in the middle, they're going to create a V formation. And then as they go over to the opposite side, they soften just a little bit through the knees. So the opposite hip will come up. Once you cross the center line, both sides of the pelvic floor relax down, and then you switch over to the other. Watching your head, neck, and shoulders. So you really want to keep your opposing shoulder down. So say my legs are over to the left here. I'm trying my best to keep my right shoulder blade down. So we're not just working through the obliques here, but we are feeling a bit of an opening from the ribs all the way through to the shoulders. And then from here, we're going to create a V formation with the legs down on the ground. And I'm going to externally rotate my feet just a little bit so that when I lift the leg up here, I'm targeting more of the inner thigh area, the adductor region. So do me a favor and point your toes as you lift the leg up about 3 to 4 inches. Focus again on the length of the leg out of the hip. Now here, if you want, so long as you don't have any contraindications like osteoporosis or penia or herniation through the cervical spine, you can add the head lift. The head just comes up to the center. It's not rotating over to that right side. And keep that right leg reaching out to the corner of your room. And then you can switch over to the other. So I take my right hand to the back of my head, maintain fist distance between chin and chest, and then lift up through the head, neck, shoulders, as well as the left leg. And then from here, we're going to bring both legs together and we're going to get ready for roll-ups. So a roll-up really does not commence until the arms are aligned directly over the shoulders. If we bring them up overhead and go right into our roll-up from that position, we tend to use momentum. So try your best here just to trace your way up and easy to trace your way down, honoring each vertebra, so giving each vertebra its moment in time to open. Exhale about halfway through as you come up. So we're going to inhale here, reach the arms overhead, and then I draw the arms up. Then I exhale as I reach forward and down towards my toes, ankles. Easy to articulate on down. So you're working just as hard on the way down as you are on the way up. Try your best not to just plop down. And I would say it should take about a 6 to 8 count in either direction. So check in with yourself and see if you're doing that. Your legs are working here as well by pushing down into the ground. You'll see my backs of my knees and my hamstrings want to come up. I'm just very, very tight through the backs of my legs. So if you're doing the same thing, it's fine. It's just that you really want to put the intention there of pushing down into the ground and the legs pulling together through the midline. And then you're going to come into a cross-legged position, relaxing. If you need a bolster to sit upon, if you have hip issues, feel free to do that, or a soft blanket. Taking your hands to the back of your head and pushing your head into your hands and your hands into your head. So you feel this oppositional effect, creating length through the cervical spine. I'm just going to start by rotating to my left. So my left elbow leads the way, and as I cross over to my right elbow leads the way, opening up through my chest, the front of your shoulders. Relax your jaw here as well. And then the next time you're centered with your sits bones anchored down, you can go to rotate to the other side. So I go over to the right, go full flexion of my upper thoracic all the way through my cervical spine, and then I exhale to lift all the way up with a head-tail connection. Coming into an upright seated position, you're going to take your right hand towards your left ear. You're going to give it a little bit of a tug as you walk your left hand away from your body. Feel that length between the ear and the shoulder. And breathe into it as you create length in the neck. And then we're going to go over to the other side. Relax your head and neck. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder, left hand to your right ear as you give it a little bit of a pull. Walking your right hand away from your body, creating length through the neck on the right side. Again, it's really important to relax your jaw here. And then as you center yourselves out, you can take a nice inhalation as you raise your arms up overhead. Exhale any tension you're still feeling or are feeling, just let it go. Melt down your shoulders, down your arms into the ground. Inhale energy up. Exhale any negativity, let it go. Inhale, let's take the lightness up. As you take that lightness to your palms in prayer position. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.